There's power in a drum beat on a hill above the sea. Power in the voice of a supporter. But it all amounts to nothing. Together we don't sing. There's power when we're North Boys seas. And it's bang go forever. Old town scenery. Valley and mountain, chaparral to the sea. And the colors of our rainbow, sunset, orange, Tory, green. There's power when we're North Boys seas. S.T. Lloyd, oh forever. Someday North County. Desert to islands, get loud now you and me. All our voices strong together as we cheer on our team. There is power when we're North, sea.
Welcome. Happy Tuesday, everybody. It is June 21st, the summer solstice, the longest day of the year. My name is Dylan. I have been a locals member for since the first year. And I'll give my other hosts a chance to introduce themselves. Oh, I think you're muted, Jason.
You guys know me as Jason R. The Locals J on all social media. Director of events for the Locals. Good to see everybody this week. What's going on, Jerry?
Hey, can you guys see me? I think I lost you guys.
I see you.
Yeah, looks good.
You just lost the window.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're good.
Okay. Yeah, looks like.
Who are you, Jerry?
Yeah. Who am I? I'm El Otro Jerry. My first time on. Drew's been trying to get me on for a while, but it's never quite worked out. I'm a Chula Vistan, Mexican parents. About a year now with the Locals. I watched the guys from afar for a while, and then I was like, all right, I just got to jump in. And then I tried to keep it a secret that I played drums in high school, but that didn't last very long. So now I guess I'm the main bass drummer kind of guy.
The secret was always going to get out, wasn't it?
Yeah.
All right. Well, cool. Welcome, everybody. So we can move right into, I guess, the recap of the last week. So do either of you have anything that jumped out to you this past week you wanted to touch on?
Like the hats.
The hats.
Oh, shoot.
Where's your hat? No.
Somewhere.
Well, I usually watch the match because, I'm so busy drumming. I usually just watch the match right after, sometimes even the same night, But I was just like so bummed that I haven't even bothered watching it yet, so I don't really have much to offer in terms of insight for the match.
Yeah, I have made my feelings pretty clear on it. I think on social media, it's frustrating, obviously, but really beyond that, it just sort of is what it is. You'll have Landon Donovan and others will tell you that they look good out there, and there was some magical Thibaut Courtois goalie that kept us from putting in these shots that were destined to go in, but denied at the last moment. So yeah. I don't know. I didn't think the guy looked super special to me, but I was chasing my kids around for Father's Day over in 107. So, maybe I didn't see it perfectly.
Yeah, it was a tough game for sure. I have watched it back actually, even though I didn't want to. Yeah, I see why people say we played okay, but I think at the end of the day it was sloppy, and it's easy to be frustrated. I'm sorry if you can hear my cat Archie. He was not happy about it either. But on a more positive note, there were some great things that happened last week, like the release of the third kit. What do you all think? Okay, right here.
There it is.
So I meant to buy one, but I left my card at Deft Brewery, so I couldn't. So thank you, Ashley and Taylor, for picking up the tab for me for the rest of the day. But I don't know if any of you guys are board gamers, but there's this game called Azul. I don't know if you guys are familiar. Mm-hmm. The jersey looks a lot like that board game Azul, so I need to own it because I'm a big board game dork. But yeah, I think it looks great. I like the two tints of green. I heard some complaints that it wasn't very visible on the broadcast because they were too close to the Vegas jerseys, but I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, that'll be interesting going forward if they wear it as a light jersey or as their dark jersey, because I think there's a question to be made there. But I mean, it's a great jersey. I'll be that guy. We have certain liaisoning with the team, and I had seen it previously, and had to hold the secret. And I've been very happy and just interested to sit back and see other people's initial reactions. After I had mine a month ago. and get to see what everybody else thinks about it. I like it. It's interesting to me how up close it's obviously squares, but like when you're further away, the way that those like loyal Ys kind of work, it kind of turns them into circles or into like flower kind of shape. So I thought that was cool. It's not part of my ancestry, but I think I think there's a nod to that San Diego history there.
Sure.
That you want to see for sure. Then obviously helping Chicano Fed, anything we can do to help the local community.
Absolutely. And to your point, Jerry, watching it back on the broadcast, I can see why people who were watching it on TV were frustrated. It was kind of hard to see the difference. I don't know why Vegas wore their whites. That seems like a really obvious oversight. I don't think it was any secret we were going to be wearing these kits. But I thought they looked even better out on the field than they did in the pictures online. At first I wasn't, I was like, I wasn't sure what I thought, but it's grown on me. And then seeing them on the field with the dark green shorts, I thought they looked fantastic. And like you said, the community involvement is obviously always a great thing too. But some other things too. There was TIFO we did. It didn't go up in the traditional sense, but I saw the banners going up. Jason, did you work on that, or
I wasn't able to make it. I was hoping to, and then I ended up getting stuck with my 1-year-old, and she does not sit still. And I figured that would just be a waste of time for me to be chasing her around over there. But I know Travis worked hard on it. I saw Paul and his kids were over there, and then obviously Drew. And so obviously team effort. And I believe Nicole helped to do the tracing. I don't know. I don't want to miss anybody because that is like literal backbreaking labor. So if I missed you, go ahead and throw your name in the chat, and we'll make sure that you get shouted out.
I stood by and drank beer. If that,
good.
I provided moral support. No, I went to the painting at Morley, and there was a thanks, Drew. And but I mean, there was plenty of people down there painting. I was like, do you need just crack open the beer and I'll.
Supervising.
Yeah, I should have gone. I could have helped you supervise.
Yeah, you could have helped me.
There you go. You can never have enough supervisors, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't get a chance to get down there either. I had helped with the previous TIFO, and it was a lot of fun. But the Friday afternoon was kind of tough, or Thursday afternoon, or both, I think. But yeah, it looked really good, and I think it was, correct me if I'm wrong, the repurposed orange banners from the gun violence demonstration the prior week. I like that they used those. That looked good. And then the other big thing we had this week, showing Austin Guerrero getting the start. John Kempen was recalled after one game from DC. I see some head shaking. What do you guys think?
Jason was going, I was going,
Yeah, it's disappointing. It's just disappointing. I guess that's the way that these things go with American soccer transfers between, that can happen at any time, I guess. But you have to trust Austin, who was awesome last year, and you're not going to sit here and really, really cry about that. Maybe he hasn't lived up to his standards this year, but I know we all got a lot of soapy joes so much that he hated hearing about it last year. So I mean, the dude had a lot of clean sheets, and you hope he can come through. But yeah, it's just a bummer. You look at it, you think, okay, good, we can keep Koke on the bench, and we get John Kempen back for these next 4 games. Then he's back out, and that's fine. And it turns into one game, and you're just like, what was DC doing? Like, why did you loan out a guy that you were one guy away from needing to call back? Like, what?
Yeah, that was my initial reaction. Is it just screams poor squad management on DC's part? Because if one guy being out on COVID protocol or whatever it was, I mean, that's a common thing that's happening right now. If one guy being out means you need to recall a loan, it just seems like poor forethought.
Luden's right there too, right? Loudon.
Yeah.
And they already had started the year with Trey Muse and then lost him to Memphis. So yeah, I don't know what's going on. Yeah, what's the point of having a 2 team if you don't have someone if that guy can't come up and ride your bench?
Right.
Exactly. Yeah, disappointing. And if it was again for a COVID thing, and they're like, so this is a 1 week. You only need him back for 1 week. Like, can we loan him back to you for 1 week, and then we can get him for the next 3 games in 2 weeks? Like, but obviously dude's just jumping on planes back and forth, but it is kind of like, okay, so you just needed him to cover a COVID thing for a day. It's disappointing.
It really brings into focus too why I think Andrew and Ricardo made the point at that listening session before the season, like they really didn't want to rely on loans this year, and this is exactly why. Sorry, Jerry, were you going to say something?
No. Basically, I was just going to say what Jason was saying, that I have a lot of faith in Austin too.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't really feel like we lose too much when he's in. I know he hasn't been playing much, but anyway, continue, Dylan. You were saying about.
Oh no, I just I agree. It's not that I don't have faith in Austin. It's just like it's one of those. It just feels disruptive and kind of almost like the whole thing was pointless. And it's like, why did we do this? I don't know. But again, moving on to more positive notes, there was a collaborative pregame at Def Brewing over in Bay Park. I personally had never been over there. I didn't even know it was there. That is an awesome little spot. They got the pizza stand. Yeah, that courtyard. Yeah, go for it. Go for it, Jerry.
Oh no, I'm just saying it really is. No, I'm just kidding. No, but I try to split my pregame in like 50-50 with Chavos at Deft and then with locals at Coronado. Yeah, like the owner from Deft, like he'll come out and just hang out with us sometimes. It's just like a really chill place, and they have a really good selection of beer. Actually,
Absolutely.
They're trying to go for like like Belgian styles mostly.
Yeah, I think their website says they focus on European styles. Yeah. They had a couple English and a couple German in there, but that's great. There was some really good stuff you don't find a lot of other places.
Sorry, Jason, no wine.
I was going to say, I'll sit off the beer talk. You guys go for it.
They did.
I noticed there was some that was a little darker than others, and some was a little bit lighter, and that was...
They had a mead.
Wow. Boy,
I was going to say, there was a mead place next door. I don't know if that was like an independent company, but yeah, mead is good. I like mead.
I went to when we were at O'Brien's after party last weekend, and they had a mead there that was absolutely fabulous. So, yeah, they help us out.
Yeah, and Alicia said that the pizza was fantastic. I didn't try it this week, but I believe you. It looked really good.
Yeah, they make a good pizza there. Very good pizza.
Cool. I'm happy to go back. I had a great time. I really like that place a lot, and the courtyard was cool. I love the hop vine race thing they had going on there. That was a fun little thing they did.
Yeah.
I like the collaboration there between us, Deft and then obviously the Tifo. I love every time we can get Bum. And does their skeleton have a name or?
It does, and I can't. The name escapes me. If anybody,
I don't even know it. So that's my bad. Whatever the name of Skeleton Man is, I think it's always cool to see them together. I know that our first Tifo had them kind of looking at a sunset or something like that at the beginning of the year. So it's always good to see them get back together.
Yeah, totally.
And us
Absolutely.
together at Deft and
109. Yeah, it was a great time. I'd love to see more of that. The last thing I wanted to touch on just from the week was, granted in a losing effort, that Guido Wonder Strike. I mean, goal of the week, goal of the year. It was so cool to see it from right behind. I mean, what did you guys think?
Well, I was on the bass drum, so I just got the last few. I got the last few seconds of it, but I can tell by people's reactions around me that it was a banger. And maybe I should.
It was just from nothing, so it was easy to miss. There was no build up. There wasn't people standing up going, and then you could turn and look and be like, "Whoa, what's going on?" It was just kind of like, "Oh, it's in the net." Not something that you're expecting.
He hit it so clean. It happened so.
Yeah,
fast.
I mean, it's perfect. It's perfect. It's absolutely perfect. I guess the Magic Keeper, got a finger to it, but I mean, it's perfect. If anyone could hit that like that every time, you would be David Beckham. Perfect.
Yeah, it instantly made up for that blocked PK. Later on, I was thinking, man, it could have been 2-2, but not really because it happened so fast after the PK.
The optimist in me says that the silver lining of the missed PK is that we got that wonder strike, because I think you're right. They were in such close succession that if Blake scores that penalty, that goal never happens.
Exactly. Yeah, Blake PK definitely doesn't get him onto the Sports Center top 10.
No, so, I would not think so. Maybe the Friday is not top 10.
Yeah. So if you score a PK, nothing good happens. You miss it, and then you have that wonder strike, and everybody talks about you and remembers what this dude has been this year, and it's good to see it in the stat sheet.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, at the beginning of the season, he was in excellent form, and then he got injured, and it feels like he's maybe starting to find it again. So I'm definitely excited. Have either of you been keeping up with the U.S. Open Cup game going on right now? I know Republic are playing
I think it's
LA
on behind
Galaxy.
me. I haven't turned.
Yeah,
it
I've got it on, but I haven't even gone to look. It's 1-1. It looks like still.
Oh, let's go. It was one. It was Zach scored first from what I saw. And I was just kind of like, wow, before I jumped on.
Yeah, I don't normally root for Sacramento, but I'm always supporting the USL clubs. I'm hopeful that Union Omaha can keep their incredible run going tomorrow. They're playing.
That'd be sick.
I don't remember who they're playing, honestly.
Nashville?
That sounds right. I believe you.
Just say it with confidence, and that's all that matters.
Yeah. They're playing
know
Sporting Kansas City. They're playing
so the other one,
Children's
the
Mercy
other.
Park. Yeah, the other one.
Okay. Oh, they're playing the team that got the World Cup.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, not the one who didn't. Sorry, Nashville friends and
Whoops.
family.
Oh.
Whoops.
All right, so moving on, we have a few shout outs. I guess we could start with the last week's host. We had Tony Sanchez, Nate Wiggins, Miguel Barajas, and Big John Diaz, it says in the notes.
Yeah.
It was I don't know, did you guys have a chance? It was a long pod, including the lounge last week, but it was a really good discussion. Did you all have a chance to tune into that one?
Yeah, I tuned back into YouTube at like 11:45 or whatever it was. It was like, oh, they're still going. Good for them. Yeah, same thing. It was like a week of collab. It was 619 week. It was it's birthday week. It's the time that we all want to come together. So cool to see kind of the Thripod there. And RIP to all the other pods who have gone by the wayside now as we survive.
Yeah, I caught pieces of it. Oh, I was busy with schoolwork. Wasn't done with school just yet. So because I have class, Tuesday nights, and I'll do this. I'll have like the pod on one ear like this, while I listen to the professor on the, like my dual monitors. So I was kind of doing that.
Do you find you ever end up writing about San Diego Loyal in a paper that you're not intending to write about? Yeah.
I think one time I tried to answer the professor like no, it was 2-1 after the half or something like that. Yeah, my wires got crossed.
I'm sure that went over super well. Speaking of school, though, that was another shout out we wanted to make to all of our graduates. Yeah, Jerry included. I know we had a few high school, a few college graduates. So shout out to everybody and making those steps forward.
And Jerry's both again. Jerry, what number degree was this for you?
Okay, well, maybe my third, I suppose.
Okay.
I mean, it depends on how, you guys can call me Dr. Jerry. No, I'm just kidding. It wasn't a PhD. You can call me Doctor anyway. No, so I have a bachelor's degree from state. I also have an associate's degree, but it was in digital media, and that's what I worked in for years and years. I got laid off about 7 years ago. And I want to get back to it. So I went back to City College to just get like a certificate in digital media just to kind of refresh in my skills and all that. And right now I'm working on like 4 or 5 different projects. I'm making a website for Chavos.
Nice.
And I want to do a lot more for the locals. Now that I'm out of school and I have a lot more free time, I'm hoping to get more involved with the digital stuff. John Cross. Yeah. But that's what
John will take it. John, we make John do so much. I'm sure John is looking for the help.
I'm here.
Very cool. Nice plug. Good plug.
Yeah.
But congratulations. That's awesome.
Thank you. It was difficult.
Yeah. Well, yeah, of course.
It was certification, so I thought it'd be easier than a BA, but it was really difficult. Because I know, like, a lot of times, the locals have asked me to do stuff, and I'm like, I can't. I have too much work. And I didn't realize we walked. I just thought, like, here's your certificate. And then I got this email like, what size, cap and gown do you wear? I'm like, oh, we get to walk. Sweet. So that was cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
Heck yeah. It's always good to get to celebrate an achievement like that, right?
Yeah. And cool to see our scarves out there, like you were saying.
Yeah.
Different high schools. I know that Nate, obviously Nate was USD. Cool to see that out there.
Oh, I have that same picture, same pose he did, but I forgot to post it. Maybe I'll still post it.
Oh yeah, you gotta get it better late than never, right?
Sure. I'll post it later.
There you go.
Very nice. Well, congratulations again to you and all of our other graduates and the locals and other and our fellow supporters groups. Speaking of, I wanted to give a shout out. I know that to all the people given their spirit and everything in 109 over the weekend, I know that those afternoon games get pretty tough. And I know that it was grueling for some people. So I wanted to shout out to everybody who put their voices on the line. I know Tony was in there leading chants.
Yeah.
So yeah, thank you, Tony. But yeah, it makes a difference. And I know that like I said, these Sunday afternoon games are tough on the players. It seems like because we can never win one. But I know it's tough on the stands too. You get sunburned, you get sweaty, it's hot, you get tired. I don't know.
Yeah, and it's all sapped out of you, and then when it comes to that late in the game when you want to be there, and you're just like it's all gone, and you just feel like you know what the players are going through at the same time.
Sure.
It's a lot harder to kind of find that extra gear late in the game, like we've had a couple times, night games where these Sunday games. I think we have one more this year. I was just looking through our schedule, and I think we got one more in like October, so hopefully that won't be too bad. But no thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah, it can be tough.
Especially during the summer, the UV index gets up to like 11, and I, with my fairly pale skin, it's brutal, man. Even with sunscreen, it's brutal.
I was right next to Puma, and I was a little worried he was just going to spontaneously combust right next to us, and I was going to have to douse him out. But he survived.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, you got to be careful. It'll catch you off guard. It's yes. But again, so big ups to everybody who was able to get themselves through the 90 minutes. I know also the locals were doing their Ticket with a Cause fundraiser. $1 per ticket sold, in 109 went to the Black LGBTQ Coalition. Do either of you have any feedback on how?
Yeah,
well
we
went?
were just figuring out the crossing T's and dotting the I's today in leadership Slack about that. So who exactly pays with the card or exactly all that's getting figured out. So that should be done hopefully tomorrow, sometime this week. You'll see our official. I don't know if we're going to post like a receipt, but yeah. And it came out to, I don't know if I should spoil it, $228 from us. So it was $1. So there's 228 tickets sold, and the team is going to match that. So that's going to be, it's summer, and I'm a teacher, and I'm not doing the math on that. What is that? 450 something. There you go.
There you go.
So over $450 going to help the LGBTQ plus Black Coalition.
Nice.
Very cool.
So yeah, and I think there's other opportunities that are coming up, to help with both the pride aspect of that coalition, and then obviously we're saying doing some things with our Black members and friends and certain coalitions around that. So stay tuned for more information there. We're not going to we're trying to not do too much just straight up fundraising and constantly asking you for money, but finding little ways like that where we can help someone out with a little cause.
Absolutely. And it's always good to do something, get involved in the community. And speaking of, Taylor points out in the comments that Pride Raiser is still going on. You can still pledge if you'd like to. I see in the notes currently we've got $249.83. Our goal is to hit $1,500 or $1,499. And remember that Andrew has promised to match whatever we pledge. So you can get more information on the locals website if you want. This is running through June. I have pledged already, and I would still like to see Loyal score more goals.
Yeah, one week's not going to do it.
No,
yeah,
that's less than a lemonade for what I pledged. So, yeah, let's go, boys. Empty the pockets here.
Absolutely, but yeah, you can still pledge. So get on over to the locals website if you haven't yet and you want to. It's a great cause, and Yeah, Andrew said he'd match, so it's like, why not? It's like every dollar you donate, you're donating two, except only one of them is yours. So
Right.
it's a win-win. But yeah, so I think those are the shout outs we had. So do you all want to get into the next match week coming up here on Saturday? I know we've got a big announcement here, or I don't know if it's been made yet, but
We just go again. What about this Saturday?
yeah. I was just kind of getting into what we've got going on this Saturday.
Yeah, so this Saturday we're going to be having a Bums Barking Lot before the game. So that's something that Tom Blick has worked really hard with. The rules and regulations of USD. So we have to pick certain dates and can't do certain. Couldn't do before 619 day because it was a daytime game and there's church and there's blah 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 blah. So there's just things we had to work around, and this week worked out. So please come this week. What did they say? It's going to start at 4. I believe they told us.
Yeah, 4 to 6:30.
Yeah.
Merch will be available at 6 p.m. So just in that last half hour.
Yeah. So that's part of being volunteer run is we have a merch person, and the merch person has a life. And we will see. We'll see Eileen at 6. That is what it is. But yeah, if you do have stuff for pickup or did want to buy stuff there, that'll be you'll have your opportunity there. So if you come up and ask us, we'll tell you we'll be here at 6. But come out, and while you're waiting for that, drink all the beer. Make sure that we get to our minimum. There's a little behind the scenes thing. USD does give us a minimum of that we have to get to. And if you all don't drink enough beer, then we got to pay for it. So
you hear that, everybody? You have to drink more beer.
Literally have to.
I'll try.
There's a number we have to reach, and I'm not going to tell you what it is.
That's probably for the best. That might get dangerous.
Yeah, it's not per person though, so it's a big number, but not per person. So just do your best. We can all come together as a community. Hopefully we'll see the Chavos there. We kind of, like I said, went over to their spot last week because we knew that we'd be inviting them to our spot this week. Hopefully we can get everybody together and have some fun.
Yeah, absolutely. The barking lots are always a great time. I know last year I would try and get out whenever I could, and I know this year that it's been a bit more of a hassle. So definitely get out there if you can. Like Jason said, a lot of work has gone into this, and it's a great time. So there's really no good reason not to. Barking lot, 4 o'clock you said, Saturday, and then March at 6:30.
Yeah. So come on out. I've told this story so much, but I was the guy who was just kind of sticking to myself and kind of learning who the cool people were at the parties last year. And I was like, oh, I think that guy's name's Jerry. I don't know. He looks so cool. I don't know if I want to go talk to him or not. And then Jerry became like the first person that I talked to probably at the barking lot because he seemed approachable. So yeah.
Jerry was there.
No, you, Jerry. You were probably my first like locals friend. Of people who I didn't know. So come out, and if you see me walking around, or if you see me walking around, just say what's up, because that's how we learn these things. I'm still trying to learn people's names. I mean, there's 300 locals on the books, and I don't know you all, and however many Chavos also not on the books. I was thinking somebody I forget who has. I was like, I see his better half at every game. I should go say hi to her. Like I should learn what her name is because I've seen her now like 40 times at all these things and just never introduced myself. I still struggle with that, but I'm trying to meet everybody and get to see everybody, shake hands and put names with faces. Especially if you're in our Discord and maybe you're hiding behind an avatar. We're like, oh, you're that guy or that woman. So, come out.
I never knew each other when I first joined locals. So I just was like, the middle schooler, at the...
Yeah, that was you and me. I see. Maybe that's why I was drawn to you because we were both doing the same thing.
Want to hang out? Yeah.
Well, and what better way to go meet people than drinking beer in a parking lot, right?
Right. Sounds like middle school. Oh, wait, what?
What? Cut that. Cut that.
Cut it. Cut that.
But yeah, so parking lot Saturday, 4:00. Be there or be square. Quick announcement before we wrap up. I know we're getting on about 30 minutes here, but the Locals 2022 kit design contest is still open until Thursday. Round 1 voting will begin Friday. Pre-orders will be second week of July, it sounds like, but there's more info on the Discord. Just kidding. There's a comment that says it'll be open until July 1st now.
Ooh,
so yeah, if you're still working on something, getting a new, really ramping up your design, you got a little extra time.
Well, I will be participating as a voter. Not creative. I know it looks good. Like I'll be like, duty. Oh yeah, that one looks good. But I couldn't think of it myself.
I'm a little afraid to compete against Travis, but I'll see if I can do anything.
You can do it. It's not a competition. Just put it out there. I want to know what happened to the ones from last time. Because if I had like the number 2 one, I'd just resubmit that one and see what happened. I did not have the number 2 one last time. But
I don't see anything here stipulating that you can't just resubmit one. So yeah.
Oh,
We
should have an away kit and a third kit too, just like the team.
There you go. Yeah. Because we all need more jerseys to buy, right?
That's what, I don't have enough. Yeah. I got the third jersey. I'm happy.
I wasn't sure at first, but then I figured I was going to buy it at some point, so it's like I might as well.
Just do it now. Yeah, I still haven't gotten the Tory Green one. Just hadn't got around to it. And then I saw this one coming, and I was like, well, I'd actually rather have that one.
Yeah.
So that'll wait. And then my wife was actually looking through my jerseys the other day and went, when did you buy all these? Where did all these come from? And I was like, oh, I don't know.
I think it's better off not answering.
It goes, how much are they? I was like, well, the Adidas ones were $90, but I always waited until they were on sale. Like all my Team One ones came from like the end of year one when they were like, $60 instead of $90 or whatever. So,
yeah. The wallet's definitely hurting, but I'm not upset about it. Jason, did you want to talk about the 4th of July event?
Yeah, that takes us to July 1st. We'll go to July 4th. So we didn't really do an away day thing for 4th of July. Some people kicked it around, and then things got really expensive, and it just didn't really pan out going to Colorado Springs. However, it looks like it has panned out that we are going to do a watch party here in town for it. So again, we kicked that around and said we'll get you the info on it, because what I really wanted to do was, with the game being from 6 to 8 p.m., that gives us like right into fireworks time. And I was really trying to find somewhere that would work with us, where we could be close enough to, after the game, find a spot to watch the fireworks. So tried a bunch of different stuff. It didn't really work out. But today I was talking with our normal spot, Los Reyes, and talking to Ken about Los Reyes. And basically they are 3 blocks from Golden Hill Park, which overlooks all of San Diego. And they're also in Golden Hill. So if you had a way, or you wanted to, you could shoot literally straight down Broadway all the way to Waterfront Park. That's not going to be the easiest thing to do. But once the game's over at 8, if you really wanted to be there, you could, figure out a way to do that. So we'll be at Los Reyes, 6 to 8. I need to talk to them and see if we can get the big screen. Sure. I hope that we can. I know the Padres are home that day, but I think they'll be wrapped up. I think they have like a 3 o'clock game, I think, something like that, 3 or 4. But, if 50 or 60 of us show up in our avocado kits, then hopefully they'll know that we're serious. If you can come out, like I said, watch it from Golden Hill. So if you go to like the Golden Hill Park Yelp page, you can see what the fireworks look like from there, from cameras, which aren't exactly the best cameras. There's one from like 2008. So like you can see them, and it's over the city, which is kind of cool. You're not like right under them, but you can see them, and you can be there with all of us. Or if you just want to watch the game and peace out before the traffic gets bad, you are welcome to do that too. But I just wanted to give people an option. I mean, obviously, a lot of you are just going to hang out and do your own thing anyway. I love if you would come out with us and celebrate 4th of July the way it was meant to be celebrated, by eating tacos, and come out and celebrate our city and the people of our city. Like I said, it is about like a 3-block walk straight up 25th. Is that 25th there, right? Into Golden Hill Park. So
I live in Golden Hill, so if any of you get too drunk, you can just crash in my house. Extra bedroom and a sofa bed.
There you go.
Everybody be sure to hold Jerry to that offer.
Yeah, all 40 of us.
I'll go for it.
But yeah, again, we'd like to see, these guys have been cool to us. And Jerry, go ahead and you've been working with them. I still have set up some parties down there, but have yet to get down there. So let us know a little bit what it's like there.
Yeah, so there are just a couple. I know most of you guys have been there already that I see on the comments, at least. Alicia was there last time. It was just a regular old taco shop. I lived just a couple blocks away from there. It was just a regular old taco shop forever, like a garden variety, like slash Ertos type of taco bar. But then they decided to expand into the parking lot next door to them, and they've been trying really hard to make it into like a sports bar. And there's no sports bars in Golden Hill, so I've been like, it's been a couple of years now. I've like watched a bunch of different I watched Olympics there. I watched some like World Cup. Well, not World Cup, I guess. But I've seen some important matches there, and I've been bugging them for over about a year now. Like, hey, can we do some loyal stuff here? And we finally were able to do it. And they're just really cool people. And 2 matches ago, they started just handing out like Jello shots to all of us for free. I don't know. Yeah.
Shoot, people might be crashing on your couch after all, Jerry. Shoot.
But they're cool people. The food's pretty good. Well, the beer selection's not, it's a taco shop, so it's not the best, but they have a really good bar, though, and it's a pretty cheap bar.
They have a full bar. So,
but they do
Diego, I know you're out there, you other non-beer drinkers.
Yeah.
Get some classic 4th of July margaritas.
Yeah, I see
Absolutely.
Alicia had margaritas last match against the Red Bulls.
I'm fairly certain the margarita is the traditional drink of America's Independence Day, so I'm going to roll with that and not question it. But yeah, I think that more or less wraps up what we had on our running order. If anyone has any final questions they want to put in the chat, now would be the time. Do either of you have any final points you want to bring up, something you want to talk about?
I'll look at. I was just looking through my book today for events. I will say that the Loyal do have watch parties coming up a little bit later in the year. So we'll be back out at the hangar again for those who enjoyed that. And we'll be getting into Hillcrest as a sort of a Pride, kind of a wrap up to Pride in July. And we will be doing a bus to Orange County for the 7:30 match and the 10-1 match. So more details on that coming, but save the date. We're doing that. Still on the phone with Vegas. We'll have a hotel room situation hopefully figured out by this weekend. And let's see what else is going on events-wise. August 23rd, save the date for that Padres soccer baseball game. So
nice.
They're giving away the Tatis jersey thing. If you buy the ticket, it's one of those things that they do all the time now. So save the date and more information coming on that August 23rd.
All right. There was a question in the chat. Alicia asked if there will be food at the parking lot. I don't know if you have the answer to that. I wanted to put it out there though. Yeah,
they the way that they run that is basically one of the people who is going to be inside is out with us. I don't know if that's first or like totally, or they add a person. So same thing there.
It's been Belinda's in the past, right?
It switched around. So
okay.
Dirty Birds was there. I remember them being there. It had been, there was a Belinda's. I did I make it? Yeah, I made it to the last one. Oh, last one we didn't have it, and we just did pizza at the last one. So we will have something. I believe for this one there, it's one of the vendors will be out there.
So there will be something.
There will be something. Yeah, whether it's the truck or the pizza, but I think it's the truck.
Very good. All right, folks. Well, unless you all have anything else you wanted to bring up, I think we can wrap up there. Our next game Saturday, the 25th, 7 o'clock start. Parking lot at 4. Playing Indy 11 for the first time in club history, so that should be fun. I hope to see you all out there. Have a great night, everyone. Thanks for coming through, and we'll see you in the lounge in a few minutes.